If you are retired or almost there, taxes could be the largest bill you ever pay. But is there a way to lower or even eliminate that bill? Our next guests say that is a possibility. Joining us to discuss this is Gary Mattson and Laurel Steward. The father and daughter team is at Mattson Financial Services, our sponsor. They're a firm that's been helping people retire successfully in West Michigan for decades. You can also catch them on their popular radio show, Money Mentors. So Gary and Laurel, let's talk about this retirement tax bill. What can we expect?
Oh yeah, I think more than ever now too, we can expect taxes to go up, right? We're talking about what's gonna happen at the end of 2025, looking at 2026, when the Trump administration, the current tax plan sunrises or sunsets and goes away, I should say. And so we think that likely, right, with the trillions of debt that we are adding to it, our tax bills are going up. So there is definitely something for us to start looking and being proactive with, right? We're always talking about what is that tax bill today and what does it look like in the future?
Okay, so is there anything that somebody who is near or in retirement, things that they can do to help with their tax bill?
Oh, it's such a big question that you asked, and it has some great answers because they came out with the 2024 tax brackets, if you would. And so now you have this great big standard deduction in the 30s of thousands for a standard married couple. And don't forget, you get another add-on deduction to that because you're 65 or older. So right now, I mean, you're about in a $120,000 tax bracket. That puts you in 12%. So it's a great time to say, okay, hey, I'm only living on 70. It's a great time to maybe take $50,000 out of that IRA, pay it at that lower tax bracket of 12%, and then have it not taxable for the rest of your life. So this is huge, whether you're in retirement or getting ready to
and less to spend in their retirements.
Yeah, those are things that could work together, right? So we do talk about, if you're an individual and you have all these investments coming in and you're starting to get 1099s at the end of the year, well, yes, you're gonna see all of that tax that you haven't paid yet. But what's the better thing to look at is there a different type of vehicle or different type of instrument? If I'm not consuming those dollars, I'm simply paying tax on them and they're sitting there, what else could I be putting them in so I could actually defer? Or like to Dad's point, or do I want to take that tax burden now, pay that on the IRA, it goes to a Roth IRA now and I never pay taxes again. So there are different things to look at, and we work with, as the client, your CPA or tax preparer, because we've learned that they might be doing a really great job in computing your taxes and here's your tax bill, but maybe not so much to say, well, let's do some careful planning. Let's look in the future. So we're gonna be that proactive resource for you to make sure tax man or woman that you're working with and ourselves and you as the client are all speaking the same language.
Sure. Is now a good time to be thinking about taxes? There's really just so much going on financially around the world.
Yeah, there's last year we had really 12 pressure points that we're looking at of things going on from, political things, which is still going on, to war, interest rates, all these things are impacting people's thoughts about investing. But the biggest thing to keep reminding of all 12 of those were all short-term things. In other words, they're all things that are gonna happen within 24 months or less. So keep that in mind, but like going back to what Laurel said in your questions about taxes, it's really understanding what you can do with those three tax buckets. I mean, we all know the taxable one, and that's the one we want to kind of stay away from if we can. But there's also tax-deferred and tax-free. And most retirees do not use those other two to their best ability. We had clients come in again this last week, and we showed them how we can reposition assets that are not qualified assets like an IRA or 401k and get that deferred return, but get a great return along the way too. So it's an instrument that we use for 5 years, 60 months, and that tax is deferred all the way through, and there's guarantees so you don't have market total loss. I mean, just some great instruments out there that if you're not aware of, you could be throwing yourself in different tax brackets.
Yeah, and a lot of people aren't because you're the experts in what you do.
And there's so much noise out there. How do you as the investor say that's what I should be in?
Right, and there are changes that happen along the way.
Oh, yes.
So you have an offer for our viewers if they want to get their tax plan and future in order. Tell us about it.
Yes, so we'll do all that work for you. So you can be one of the first 5 callers if you've saved $250,000 or more for retirement in your employer plans, your stocks, your savings, things like that. And what we'll do is we'll have you come in and complimentary meet with you and start talking about where are you at today, where do you want to be, and where do you feel like those pain points are. We're going to start putting that tax plan together for you.
Yeah, we're a little different than most firms. Is that most firms will say we don't do that. We're just the opposite. We're excited to do that for you. We're, bring it in. Let's show you where we can save
Excited
you
about
dollars.
taxes?
Yeah.
This is very refreshing to
Right?
hear.
All the math. That's what we're about.
Save the money. Keep the money.
Well, we like that. If you'd like Gary, Laurel, and the rest of the team at Mattson Financial to help you get your retirement tax bill under control, give them a call and take advantage of that special offer. If you're retiring or already retired, the Mattson team will sit down with you to customize a retirement plan just for you. This is a comprehensive, enhanced plan that includes a look at your investments, your income sources, taxes, and so much more to help you get to and through the retirement that you deserve. Reserve one of those spots now. Call 800-536-8907. That's 800-536-8907. And thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Always fun.
Yes. This segment is sponsored by Mattson Financial Services. We'll be right back with more 8 West.